Hello there, my name is Anthony Barocas with AIBA Communications. Today I want to show you the B4-Cage. Now this is not a camera cage. This is a cage for the lens. You don't think a lens needs a cage, but in terms of handling the weight and the distribution of balance, the B4 lens presents its own set of challenges when dealing with mirrorless and DSLR cameras. So I created the B4-Cage to deal with these various needs in very specific ways, and I'll go through them with you. One of the key things with the B4 lens is the weight is so much further forward. So the balance point needs to be over the lens if you're going to carry it effectively. What I've done here is I've set it up so that you can easily carry the whole system. Don't mind the cable for the lens. You can carry the whole system, and the balance point is literally right here. So if you want to do low shots, high shots, it's easy to wield everything because you're dealing with a very strong brace. You're not trying to use the camera cage or the Micro Four Thirds mount as a way to manage all the weight here. You're dealing with high-end machined aluminum all the way to the B4 mount, which is mounted to the lens, and that mounting point is very strong. The Micro Four Thirds mount only has to deal with the weight of the camera and anything you mount to the camera. In this case, I have a small audio accessory and a wireless microphone receiver. That's it. Getting this back into the tripod is very easy. You then set your balance point up over the center of the tripod, lock it down, and you're good to go. That's how easy the B4-Cage makes working with a B4 lens in a mirrorless camera setup. I want to walk you through some of the key things I wanted to achieve with the B4-Cage so that you understand why these parts were selected and what their roles are with regards to achieving a robust solution for dealing with B4 lenses. The first thing is there's not much clearance between the B4 adapter and the doubler on the lens. So this bracket had to fit between those two pieces. That's why this bracket is the size it is, because there's no more additional room in between these two pieces. It's literally down to 1 millimeter. Also, the horizontal bracket is long because the weight of the B4 lens is often up here. So if you have a small tripod or a small mounting point, you can put your mounting plate all the way up here, which is a good distance from where the B4 adapter is. The B4-Cage allows you to put it about 10 centimeters further forward to establish better balance with the weight of the lens and any accessories you have forward of that. Also, it comes back and stops right at the back point of the B4 adapter, which allows cages and everything else to easily twist and clear the cage. Here you can see my camera cage is clearing the B4-Cage. So let's just say you're doing a shoot where you need to be very fast, very mobile. You need to have your big setup and a little setup for handheld stuff. The B4-Cage allows you to do that by leaving certain things set up with the big lens and also enabling you to quickly remove and take the camera. All you need to do, push the release, twist, take it off. You can take the microphone, like I've added the shotgun mic to the B4-Cage, and then add a lens, and you're good to go. Now I can quickly get a handheld shot, a close-up, a running dolly shot. That's how fast this transforms because the cage stays with the lens. It's not a camera cage. You want to go back onto here, take your lens off, take anything that protrudes off. You cannot go further than the front of the camera. Put it on, twist, you're done. That's how fast it transitions between being a separate unit and part of the larger whole. The B4-Cage was designed for that clearance so that it did not protrude back too far so that the camera could always be removed easily, whichever camera you use, as long as it does not extend in front of the mounting flange of the camera. Other key aspects are it lifts the whole setup because some of the ENG grips extend low. Some of the doublers extend kind of low, and getting them on and off of a tripod is fairly much a chore. But with the B4-Cage, you don't have to worry about that because you've lifted the whole setup and now it comes off quite easily. I don't have to worry about, getting it on a certain way or building it on the tripod or how things hang down. You just put it on, take it off, lock it, good to go. The B4-Cage has over 70 mounting points all the way around the cage and the handle. You can find cold shoe adapters to mount on the back or on the front, depending upon whether you want to see or whether you don't need to see what you're attaching. The handle and every other point on this cage is mounted with 2 bolts, at least 2 bolts. There's no single point of failure anywhere on the B4-Cage. The handle itself is mounted with 4 bolts. The handle has both 1/4-20 and 3/8 threads, so you can put accessory arms on here, or you can put cold shoes to attach accessories like the shotgun microphone that I have here. On the bottom, I have 2 screws, 2 mounting points for the plate. There is no twist in this cage. There's no twist on this tripod plate. This is the bottom of the B4-Cage with 53 different mounting points. Here you can see 2 bolts marry the B4-Cage to your B4 adapter, and 2 bolts marry the bottom of the B4 plate to the vertical part of the cage. Here's my tripod plate. I could mount it further back, I can mount it further forward. I can, there's a great amount of distance here, and I can still get 2 bolts from my plate onto this cage. So this has been a quick look at my B4-Cage. This cage really helps you manage a B4 lens, any lens of your choice pretty much, except a really, really large lens. And it is designed so that you can use whatever camera you want on the back end as well. It's not camera specific. I hope this has been informative. If you have any other questions, send me an email. I'll be sure to answer them. And with that, this is Anthony Barocas. Thank you for watching.